NBA presentation. With Brett Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. DA, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Chris Paul is still searching for his first title. Came close in Houston, but was traded, and by some was written off as over the hill. CP said, "I control what I can. That's preparing to play every night. Doesn't matter how successful my season was or wasn't, I'm always going to strive and push myself." Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, DA. Well, the outcome tonight, Greg, could come down to the big men up front.
You know, versatility will be key. The front court that can be physical but also pass it, stretch the floor will likely be the victor.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Andre Ayton out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Paul in at point guard. And for the Jazz, Conley in the backcourt with Mitchell as well. O'Neal is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Gobert in at the center position. And it's going to be the Jazz off the tip. And here is Conley. Outside Bogdanovich. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
And Bogdanovich is a consistent shooter from outside. Once he's in rhythm, he's comfortable from firing from beyond.
Now here's Paul. Passes it to Booker. A three ball. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. Conley the pass to Mitchell. And here's Bogdanovich. Defended by Crowder. Here's Paul. And there's the pass to Bridges. It's Crowder on the wing. And the three off target. And so Conley will bring the ball up for Utah. It's a three-point game. And this is their first time matched up with the Suns this season.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive matchup for them.
Stolen by Mitchell. Back to Conley. O'Neal a screen on Paul. Conley into the lane. Rejected by Booker. And it turns out it's going to be a foul. He was hoping for a clean block, but the officials felt otherwise, so we'll see some free throws here. Utah shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line, so that's a nice all-around effort.
And that one falls for Mike Conley.
Still a solid point guard in this league. When Conley is healthy, he makes a considerable impact on both ends.
And he makes the first, but misses the second. Phoenix has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Pass to Crowder. There's the triple. That's good from Booker on the assist from Crowder.
Devin Booker up there in usage rate. Usually one of the top 5 players in the NBA, and right there you can see why.
What you love about Crowder, he gives you a little bit of everything at both ends.
I mean, defensively, he'll take on anybody. He's smart, draws a lot of charges. Offensively, he can stretch the floor, and he'll make the extra pass. He's also an opportunistic rebounder.
Paul can't get it to go. Jazz have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Conley the pass to Gobert. Now O'Neal. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Outside Crowder. They get a hand on it. Bridges dishes to Crowder, and he hits it to tie the game up.
Well, he passes to the wide open man. Bridges developing some team chemistry.
O'Neal kicks to Mitchell. O'Neal a screen on Booker. Here's Mitchell. Offensive rebound and slam dunk by Gobert.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play, the board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness. Now here's Crowder, coming in off a 21-point game, his last outing. Booker outside. Another three for Phoenix.
Such a lovely stroke there from Devin Booker. He's a go-to scorer. And a nice shot there from distance.
Here's Mitchell. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Phoenix has gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Ball finds Booker. There's the drive. And that one, good. Booker's got 8 points. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Outside Conley. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
And a little contact on the shot, but Conley with the laser focus on the finish.
Pass to Crowder. Bridges kicks to Crowder. Just 3 to shoot. Ayton sets the pick for Crowder, and he gets it to go. Jazz trail by 3. O'Neal passes to Mitchell. O'Neal a screen on Booker. Mitchell with it, now guarded by Ayton. That one good for 2.
And that's Mitchell at his best, playing the quarterback on this offense and leaving the D grabbing for air.
It's Crowder on the wing. Back to Paul. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Here's Ayton. Goes back up. Stolen by Conley. Outside Bogdanovich. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Ayton.
And that's part of what Mitchell brings to the table. The willingness to operate on the perimeter or get in there and mix it up on the interior. Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there, Greg?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. Now, here's Bogdanovich. Devin Booker missing his last shot. Knocks it loose. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns.
Here's a look at the stats for Devin Booker. Last season, he played outstanding. 2nd in free throw percentage, 9th in scoring. And he also finished in the top 20 of the assist rankings, making plays for others and making his teammates better.
And back to his free throw shooting percentage, 2nd in the league. I never saw lapses in his concentration at all. Always completely focused, completely automatic. Now here's Booker. 8 points for him. Gobert with the block. Outside Conley. To the inside and taken away by Paul. Outer dishes to Paul. Passes it to Bridges. For three, Booker, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Booker's got 11 points. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Phoenix.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've also racked up a ton of points off of turnovers so far in tonight's game.
And there's an edge to Mitchell's game. He wants to be the guy in charge, and if that means he's got to get physical, he'll do it.
The Jazz have gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Inside, poke loose, Crowder with the steal. Paul outside, at the top of the key, Ayton. Crowder from outside, and he's good on the three ball. Crowder's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Suns.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Mitchell.
Oh, man, it's 7-1. Not a good idea to challenge Ayton there.
Second change shot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
Really on the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Suns shooting their first free throws of the evening.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
Free throw drops for Ayton.
Well, this guy should be a double-double threat and is still learning how to play. DeAndre Ayton has a great combination of size, scoring ability, and rebounding. This what makes him a very valuable player in the league.
Ayton hits them both.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a walking double-double. This guy has a huge physical advantage on the nights that he's playing other bigs, whether that's by his size or his ability to run the floor. And if he comes out with an aggressive mentality, he could really punish some teams throughout the course of a regular season.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Booker with no one around connects from three-point range. Booker's got 14 points.
Well, anytime that somebody scores, Devin Booker's the first option. He comes back and drills that one.
And some think that Ayton has a chance to be in a class with some of the great big men we've seen, be it Ewing or Robinson, Hakeem. I mean, those are very lofty standards. Brent, how does he get there, though?
It's a great question. I think when you talk about it, Kevin, you got to look at the defensive end. And those names that you just mentioned on a nightly basis were a force behind anybody on the perimeter. When they came into that house, it was defended. If Ayton gets there, he's got a big opportunity.
Now Mitchell, after Devin Booker missing on that last three-pointer. Here's Bogdanovich, and the rejection by Ayton.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
A nice shot by Booker.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now here is Conley. Outside Bogdanovich. Offensive rebound. O'Neal misses. And it's Phoenix's ball. They're on a 13-5 run here. Paul left side. Over Gobert, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Greg, at the beginning of every season, we'd love to see players that have worked on something during the offseason that they now have added to their game in the new season.
No doubt about it, Kevin. You know, the work doesn't end when the season ends. If you're trying to improve your skill set, or if you're trying to just put on muscle, kind of stuff needs to be done during the break. You need to have an assessment in the right after the season. Hey, where can I get better? And then you spend the off season on that challenge.
The season never really ends. The Jazz making a switch here. Favors is checked in. And so Paul nails both of them.
You could tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Favors finds Conley. Mitchell with it. To the middle. Out to Conley. Favors with a screen on Paul. 5 on the clock. Conley, the pass to O'Neal. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Man, he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
Now here's Booker. 16 points for him. 8 in a screen on Conley. Paul with the bucket.
Yeah, you got to get up tighter than that. Some players you can give that much room to, but not him.
Conley with it. His last outing with 20 points. Bogdanovich wide open. From outside, off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Paul, and it's good off the back rim and in. And now a 10-point Suns lead.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Mitchell passes to Favors. Conley kicks to Mitchell.
Look at that. A dynamic leaper with an impressive wingspan. Mitchell usually has some flashy dunks up his sleeve.
Now here's Booker. His last outing, he had 8 points. Paul finds Booker. That one's not going to go. The Jazz go the other way with it. Mitchell against Booker. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got 12 in the game.
He's so strong from mid-range. The D needs to keep in mind what a feel Mitchell has for that shot.
Paul passes to Crowder. There's 38 seconds left in the first quarter. And Crowder slams it in.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Favors with a screen on Booker. Here's Mitchell, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Devin Booker.
The aggressiveness of Mitchell, willing to take on the entire team to earn that foul.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
Shooting 2.
No good on the free throw.
And how fearless is Donovan Mitchell? I mean, as a rookie, in his first playoff series, he went off for 38 in a closeout game against none other than Russell Westbrook.
Langston Galloway's checked in for Booker. And he's good on the second. And it's Paul with the ball for the Phoenix Suns. They lead by 7. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Suns lead by 7. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Well, recently, Chris Paul talked about adding some levity to the game.
It sounds so generic to say we have fun, but, like, we may lose a game here or there, but, you know, everybody's still, you know, happy for each other. You know, we're just trying to build.
Yeah, from what we've seen, Greg, these guys naturally get along.
And you add in the guiding hand of Chris Paul. This team can beat anyone on any night because they're so connected.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what stands out to you from the Suns in this one?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
Setting the floor for the Suns, we've got Jay Crowder, also Johnson out there. Chris Paul is out there with Ayton, and it's Galloway in at the 2 guard. The first one falls. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed, but it's always existed. And the reality is this: you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Gobert with a screen for Conley. Driving inside. Tries again. And with that, the Phoenix lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Rudy Gobert.
He knows his job. Gobert is there to own the glass and cash in on as many second chance opportunities as he can.
Crowder from outside. Offensive rebound. Ayton lays it up and banks it in. Ayton's got 6 points.
Such a big part of what he does for this team, just work and work on the boards, generate second chance opportunities, and hopefully convert.
Conley dishes to Mitchell. And Gobert kicks to Mitchell. Here's Galloway. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Crowder, the pass to Ayton. And Ayton throws it down.
The big guy going up and trying to rip that rim off.
Jazz trail by 11. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Conley finds Mitchell. And he drives in. And the rejection by Ayton. And they'll keep possession. Galloway taking his time here. The pass to Paul over Conley. Paul can't get it to go.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And last season, at least at first, it was a challenge for Ingles to mesh with Mike Conley.
Yeah, I mean, Conley came in to run the offense, which kind of took the ball out of Ingles' hands a little bit. But then Conley goes out with the hamstring, and that allowed Ingles to get back into rhythm, and he's been able to handle that load many times for this group.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
An improved free throw shooter compared to his earlier seasons. Nice to see Gobert attack his weakness.
Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Utah. And the Suns also making a change. Booker's checked in. And Gobert drops them both. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Conley against Paul. Over Conley. Phoenix, no good that time either.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Pass to Clarkson. Lets it go from deep. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Paul for 3. And the Suns miss again.
Is it getting cold in here? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Jump shot is good that time. Conley's got 5 points so far.
Came into the NBA as an average shooter at best. Conley's worked as hard as anyone to improve his shot. Part of why he's had such a stellar career.
The shot's good from Paul. And so Clarkson will bring it up for the Jazz. They trail by 9 points. Gobert with a screen on Booker. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Phoenix making some changes. Jones comes in for DeAndre Ayton. And it's Payne in for Paul. Now, here's Ingles. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. And slam dunk by Gobert.
You won't find a higher percentage shot in this league. Gobert from ground zero.
Pass to Crowder. Out to Payne. Kicks it to Crowder. The 3 from Johnson. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Conley, the pass to Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich sets the pick for Clarkson. Hands it from downtown.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Passes it to Crowder. Back to Johnson. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. There's the pass to Crowder. 2 on the clock. From deep. The shot missing. So Utah will take it the other way.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Ingles against Johnson. Ingles dishes to Gobert. Shoots over Crowder. That one off the back iron and out. Suns leading by 7. Payne looking around. Outside Crowder. Shoots the 3. Ingles with the rebound.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Pass to Conley. Bogdanovich sets the pick for Conley. Clarkson on the wing. Fires for 3. And it's Devin Booker with the rebound. Phoenix has gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Johnson finds Booker. Outside Crowder. Pass to Payne. Lets it go with the 3. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Jazz trail by 7. And here's Clarkson. His last outing, 16 points for him. Back to Crowder from downtown. Jones, the pass to Payne. No good. Shot missing.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
And the reliability of Bogdanovich. His teammates know bogey is good for that shot, so he gets the feed and sinks it.
On the wing, Booker. Johnson, the pass to Jones. Tipped away. Back to Conley. Over Payne. Conley's shot is off. Suns leading by 4. Now Payne. He's coming off a 13-point game against New Orleans.
Is passing another high point in that game. He made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
Clarkson with the ball. Conley with the three, and Utah another three.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Royce O'Neal's checked in for Bogdanovich. Mikal Bridges checked in for the Suns. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Conley. Here on the 2K leaderboard are the rebounding leaders from a season ago. Fourth, Rudy Gobert.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers, really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Johnson for three. Rebound, Utah. To the paint. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession.
And checking out some numbers for Gobert. He's coming off an excellent season. 2nd in field goal percentage. 4th in rebounding. And he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And you pointed out his ranking as the 2nd best shooter in the league last season. I think with a little extra work, he could become number 1 this time around. Johnson kicks to Booker. And the dunk by Booker.
Some of the greatest shooters in the game always talk about being on balance. Booker does a great job there. Keeps his eyes on the prize.
And Devin Booker had surgery on that right hand back in the summer of 2018. Took the opportunity to work on his left hand, and ever since, his game has just gone to another level.
You wonder how much confidence, GA, he's had in making plays, not only scoring the ball with the left hand, but assisting with the left hand, and what that's opened up for him in terms of opportunities to be more effective as an offensive weapon. Well, Devin Booker is among some of the youngest, most elite scorers that the league has ever seen. The sky is the limit for this guy.
Count that one.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now, and he's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Payne dishes to Booker. Outside, Jones. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Payne passes to Booker. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Jazz trailed by 5. Pass to Clarkson. O'Neal a screen on Booker. Here's Clarkson. Poked away. Here's Gobert. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
And using his insane wingspan and athletic frame, Gobert can flat out dominate down low.
Booker outside. Payne with a screen for Booker. 5 to shoot. And there's the pass to Payne. Jones with the screen on Conley. It's Gobert with the ball for Utah. It's a 3-point game. Gobert with a screen on Johnson. With the drive, here's O'Neal. Gobert, great positioning on the putback.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Payne. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. From deep, Johnson gets it to go from beyond the arc. Johnson's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Suns. To the middle, here's Conley. Rejected by Payne. to the wing right side. Johnson surveying the floor. That shot no good. Jazz trail by 4. O'Neal dishes to Conley. And up the court come the Suns on the break. No good from Booker. Utah's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark, shooting the 3-ball well. And it's Royce O'Neal with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And that's a couple of very shaky possessions in a row. One turnover right after the other.
Derek Favors checked in for the Jazz. Phoenix also making some changes. Ayton comes in for Damian Jones. And Chris Paul's subbed in for Payne. Johnson outside. Bridges kicks to Booker. 56 seconds left to play in the first half. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Ayton a screen on Favors. But they'll get another chance. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Good idea to make Ayton earn it at the line because he's a menace in the paint. Don't let him get that shot off.
He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all. Free throw drops for Ayton. Boy, that was a momentum killer to start last season, wasn't it, Greg? 25-game suspension for DeAndre Ayton.
And he sprained his ankle in his return game. The Suns at full strength, able to win some games. He's obviously a huge part of their future.
Ayton hits them both.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
40 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Yep, that one goes in there. Conley's got 9 points in the quarter.
And this is Conley's game. Just terrific with that mid-range. The D has to be much more concerned.
For 3, Booker buries it from 3-point range.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Here's Clarkson. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Clarkson's got 5 now. Suns leading by 5. Now here's Booker. Shot, high post, and he hits the jump shot. Booker's got 27.
Yeah, Booker filling it up quickly here tonight. You got to respect the versatility, especially how dangerous he is on the offensive end.
And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for the Phoenix Suns. A terrific quarter for him. And now he has a total of 27 points. Shouldn't take him long to get up over 30. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Joined here with Quinn Snyder. Coach, your team has faced a lot of firepower from outside. How do you keep them from getting those three-pointers off?
Well, one, they're making them. Hopefully we can get them where they're not open and they're contested and see if they're making that many of them then. But they're getting them a variety of ways. We just got to be better.
Play outside-in defense, right? Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Devin Booker had it going on in the first quarter. He tallied 6 three-point shots and made the opposing D have to constantly keep track of him on the perimeter. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Suns.
Well, Kenny should appreciate this. I love the ball movement. They were in sync as a unit, and their assist numbers were impressive. Anytime you get 5 players working together like that instead of one guy doing it alone, it's always going to be a boost. That's the primary reason they're in control of the game.
And, Kenny, let's get your input on the Jazz.
Their lack of execution surprised me. You know, they had a lot of turnovers off sloppy ball handling, which goes back to the fundamentals. And I know we say it all the time, just make the simple play. And this is why. Without giving away possessions, they'd be a lot closer in this game.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You know, guys, Devin Booker has been exceptional here.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Phoenix. They've led by as many as 11 points. Conley in the backcourt with Mitchell as well. Bogdanovich out there with O'Neal. And it's Gobert in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. O'Neal passes to Mitchell. O'Neal a screen on Booker. Mitchell against Bridges. Bogdanovich dishes to Conley. Misses the 3. Suns leading by 9. Outside Crowder. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Ayton up top. Booker outside. Just 5 on the clock. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Booker's got 31.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Gobert with a screen on Booker. Here's Mitchell. He feeds it to Gobert. And the rejection by Ayton. Pass to Bridges. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Bridges has got the lead up to 13 now for the Suns.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Mitchell looking it over. Back to O'Neal. Gobert the pass to Mitchell. Drives to the hoop. That's tipped. Pass to Booker. For 3, Bridges. Another 3 for Phoenix.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Conley the pass to Bogdanovich. Passes to Mitchell to end the run. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Paul's shot is off.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And slam dunk by Gobert.
And ball handlers like Mitchell really elevate your offense. His precision passing to pass the basketball at the right time, really a terrific ability.
The Jazz have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. Phoenix leading by 10. Paul passes to Ayton. Outside Crowder. Lets it go. And the Suns tack on 2 more. And now we're 3 minutes into the 3rd quarter of play. Outside Conley. The pass to Mitchell. Tries the spin move. He takes it in. Good D by Booker. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. It's Crowder on the wing. Back to Paul. And here's Booker. He has 31. Paul finds Bridges. From past the arc. A rebound by the Jazz. Mitchell's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Conley the pass to O'Neal. Got a piece of it.
Well, more than capable as a defender, Bridges with a great job using his length.
Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Here's Mitchell.
Well, Booker asserting himself on the defensive end that time. He has good size and enough speed to annoy the opposing scorer.
On the wing, Booker. Good on the shot. Booker's got 6 points in the quarter.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead. And checking out some numbers for Crowder. How he did last season. Averaged 10 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Outside, Bogdanovich. For the 3. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 6 assists in the game.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
They grab their own miss. It's stolen by Gobert. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. We were all witnesses last year to the pandemic. It struck with worldwide repercussions. The NBA was no exception. The 1920 season was altered, and this season was delayed. But the league is finding a sense of solidarity and resolve under the leadership of Adam Silver. Now, sports is a microcosm of society as a whole, and we all are finding different ways to overcome this. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, D.A.
And basketball in the blood for Devin Booker. I mean, his father, Melvin, started at the University of Missouri and played pro ball. Started in high school. Devin trained with his father, trying to follow his path.
Paul passes to Ayton. Outside, Crowder. There's the 3. And it's Mike Conley with the rebound.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds, given what the scoreboard says.
And we know the story. Booker moving from Michigan to Mississippi to live with his father and develop his skill.
And 4:30 a.m. alarms to train on the beach before the summer sun, getting to practice 2 hours early and staying late. Booker, not a freak athlete, so he had to work harder and drill the fundamentals.
Jazz trail by 5. Bogdanovich inside, defended by Crowder. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And entering the league as a complimentary scorer, Bogdanovich put up 20 points a game last year. That was a career high and the 4th straight year that he improved his scoring average.
And he knocks down the first one. And another area where Bogdanovich is helping the offense, Greg is doing a better job of creating for others.
I mean, he still has that shoot-first mentality, but now if he doesn't have a clean look, he's much more willing to make the extra pass, and that makes him just that much more valuable to this team.
Jones checked in for the Suns. He's perfect from the line this time.
And Bogdanovich is a confident, efficient player, a guy who can play either the 2 or 3 spots on the floor.
And the Suns call time.
And coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high-efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
Taking high percentage shots has been this group's specialty. On your screen now are this month's field goal percentage leaders. Rudy Gobert, third.
It would be hard to imagine him shooting the ball much better than he has. He has been on fire.
Booker, right side.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
O'Neal kicks it out to Mitchell. Bogdanovich passes to Conley. That ball. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Conley's got it all tied up now for the Jazz. Here's Paul. He's got 8. Booker outside to the left side wing. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Here's Paul. Sinks the 15-footer. Paul's got 10 points.
Said it time and time again, Chris Paul in the mid-range is pretty much half the time going to be good.
Conley dishes to Gobert. Makes it off the glass. Gobert's got 9 points here in the second half.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now Bridges, he has 5. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, Bridges doing a good job fighting hard past the foul, even after the release.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
84%. That's what he was able to convert on a season ago from the line.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good.
Any player like Mikal Bridges, who enjoys the amount of success that he did coming out of college, winning 2 national championships, shines a different light on how he can impact the greater good in the winning environment that you create.
Derek Favors checked in for Gobert. And he sinks the second.
They come away with the lead, but I'm sure he's kicking himself over that last miss.
Mitchell passes to Favors. And there's the call on Jones. That's his first foul. And Favors kicks to O'Neal. Bridges against Mitchell. Outside Conley. Shot clock at 6.
Man, when a guy like Chris Paul is hustling out there, it's going to inspire the rest of the team, blitzing the shooters well with his quickness.
Jones finds Crowder. Phoenix, no good that time either.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
And O'Neal gets it to go.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
It's Crowder on the wing. Back to Paul. The feed to Jones. Outside Crowder. Paul with the ball. He's got 10. And here's Booker from the arc. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 6 assists here tonight. Conley against Paul. Favors sets the pick for Mitchell. Over Jones. And it's Mitchell missing. For Phoenix, they've gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Crowder kicks to Bridges.
Well, the fact that he has that many rebounds for a guy of his size and stature shows you he truly cares about grabbing possessions off the rim.
They double team Conley. O'Neal passes to Bogdanovich. From outside the arc. He can't get that one, and Phoenix will come the other way. And Jones now atop the key. Paul outside, pass to Booker. Jones sets the pick for Booker. Paul for 3, and that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. And the Jazz making a change here. Clarkson's checked in, and the Suns also making a change. Johnson, he's checked in for Crowder. And Paul launches it from deep. Again, the miss by Paul, and it's Utah's ball. They're on an 18-6 run. And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
And the Jazz making a change here. Ingles is checked in. A minute 42 left to play here in the third. Booker finds Bridges. And stolen by Favors. Here's Mitchell. He's got 16. Pass to Clarkson. And they pick up 2. Clarkson's got the game tied up here for Utah.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Jones, the pass to Johnson. From deep 3-point range. Rebound collected by Clarkson. Clarkson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Phoenix Suns. Johnson outside. On the wing, Booker. There's 42 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Now, finishes like that are pretty impressive from Devin Booker, who we know is a great outside shooter.
And the Phoenix Suns criticized for trading down 5 picks to select Cameron Johnson at 11. Back in 2019, many felt that was a reach.
There were a lot of people who were predicting that Cam was going to be towards the back end of the first round even, and a clear case for a Phoenix Suns team who was dead last in 3-point percentage, drafting for a need in Cam Johnson.
Jazz trail by 3. 34 seconds left to play in the third. And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
I don't know if you push the panic button now, but that's the 4th personal, and he needs to stay aggressive out there. So going to be interesting to see how he plays moving forward.
Phoenix leading by 3. Now here's Booker. And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
The Jazz shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. Paul against Mitchell. Six to shoot. Favors with a screen on Paul. The Jazz with another miss. And so it's Devin Booker making highlights for the Phoenix Suns. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. We'll get right back to the action when we return. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Setting the floor for the Suns, Johnson and Ayton are the inside pair. Booker and Bridges are the wings. And it's Paul in at the 1. Mitchell, no good that time. Good work defensively by Paul. And here's Booker from the arc. Drops in the tray. Booker's got 42 in the game.
With the finish line in sight, this guy is determined to be the one to put the game away.
Gobert with a screen on Paul. The drive by Mitchell.
Oh!
Yes, sir.
What a ferocious finish. Once Mitchell gets some speed behind him, look out.
Ayton in the high post. For 3, Booker. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 14, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Clarkson on the wing, defended by Booker. And that one good from Clarkson.
Like to see more of that from Clarkson. Just get more consistent from the three-point line. Steps up and knocks that one down.
To the left wing, Bridges passes to Ayton. Back to Bridges. Booker dishes to Ayton. Suns moving the ball around. And it's Paul missing.
Not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
And Gobert kicks to Mitchell. Passes it to O'Neal. Now Ingles. Over Johnson. Misses off the left iron. Phoenix has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Over to the left wing. Bridges against O'Neal. And it's Royce O'Neal with the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. For the Jazz, Bogdanovich is checked in for Royce O'Neal. And Mike Conley is subbed in for Clarkson. And Phoenix also making a switch. Crowder, he's checked in for Johnson. Here's Paul. And the pass to Bridges. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And a little luck that time, but it drops. That's 12 points for Chris Paul.
Just sticking with the play, Chris Paul there, determined to make something happen. Maintains his focus all the way through that one.
Conley with it. He's picked up by Paul. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And here is Ingles. 6 on the shot clock. Over Bridges. That's in, and the Suns' lead is cut back down to just 1 with the basket from Ingles. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Phoenix. Ayton a screen on Conley. Rebounded by the Jazz. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Back to Mitchell. Gobert with a screen on Ayton. Here's Mitchell. Oh, wow!
And the coaching staff loves this. Mitchell being assertive on offense and just imposing his will.
Pass to Bridges. On the wing, Booker. Ayton sets the pick for Booker. Ayton trying to break free. And it's good for 2. We've seen some great competition in this one.
Yeah, 7 already in the game, and I think it shows you how well these 2 teams match up with one another.
Conley, the pass to Bogdanovich. It's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Suns have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. Bounce pass from Paul. Crowder kicks to Paul. On the wing, Booker. Gobert with the block. Mitchell outside. Down low. And slam dunk by Gobert.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Well, there's an ebb and a flow. They had a hard time earlier, but now, flow.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey guys, I had a chance to listen to what Monty Williams discussed with his players. He said, look, you guys are playing physical and I like that, but it has to be under control. We've committed way too many fouls. We've allowed way too many foul shots. Kevin?
To the left side wing. Now Bridges. This one for 3. Sinks the triple.
Bridges has a lot of jobs for his team, but if he consistently knocks down 3, you can add it to the list.
Conley feeling it out. Mitchell with it. Now guarded by Ayton. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell. The Suns have gone 4 of 8 in this 4th quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Ayton a screen on Mitchell. Here's Booker driving to the basket. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Donovan Mitchell.
And Booker is tremendous at driving to the inside, throws himself at the D to get the call.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Here's Conley. Pass to Gobert. Back to Conley. Passes it to Mitchell. Just 5 to shoot. Gobert with a screen on Paul. From deep angles. Phoenix grabs the miss. Ayton's got 11 rebounds in the game. Paul surveying the floor from the high post and right on target. Good. Paul's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And whenever Paul lets it go from that area, you think that it's going to go in. Love his stroke. Pure.
There's Gobert, and that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 8th assist in the game. The pass to Bridges. Outside Crowder. And here's Booker from the arc. Another 3 for Phoenix.
What an exhibition he's putting on today. This is about as hot as you can get.
Mitchell with it. Looking for Gobert. He gets it there. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Big night for Gobert. This team has become more and more comfortable leaning on his offense.
It's Crowder on the wing. Back to Paul. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Yeah, just 1 turnover in the first half, but it's been a different story here in the second half. He is not doing a good job of keeping the ball in his mitts.
And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Utah Jazz, trailing by 2. Booker against Mitchell. Gobert dishes to Mitchell. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Mitchell's got 9 points now in just the second half. It's Crowder on the wing. He kicks to Bridges from the arc. Another three for Phoenix.
Mikel really showing a nice confidence in that shot right there as his shooting percentages are trending up.
And the Jazz call time here. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup. And for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Devin Booker.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Suns on defense. Ball's knocked loose. Mitchell kicks to Conley. Gobert with a screen for Bogdanovich. Inside. That's in, and the Suns lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Rudy Gobert.
It's just what the doctor ordered here. Boy, have they needed him here in the fourth.
On the wing, Booker. Back to Crowder. Pass to Bridges. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. For three, Booker. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. Utah's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Here's Mitchell. Outside Bogdanovich to take the lead. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Mitchell's got 5 assists tonight.
And when Bogdanovich has the hot hand, keep getting him the ball. An outstanding scorer who can light you up.
Bridges misses. Utah leading. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Conley finds Bogdanovich. Gobert with a screen for Bogdanovich. Back to Conley. Shot clock at 5. To the inside. Looking for Gobert. He gets it there. And slam dunk by Gobert.
This whole second half, he's been unbelievable scoring the basketball. The defense has had literally no effect.
Bridges passes to Paul. Good on the triple.
A good three-point shooter a few years back. Paul's turned himself into a great one. Important to do later in your career.
Outside Conley. Now here's Mitchell. Gobert with a screen on Booker.
Turnovers weren't a story for him early on, but that's changed. And now they're definitely having trouble keeping possession and momentum.
O'Neal's checked in for the Jazz. And here is Paul. Ayton against Gobert. And that misses badly. Air ball. Utah's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. O'Neal dishes to Mitchell. Releases. Rebounded by DeAndre Ayton. The Suns trailing. Outside Crowder. Feeds to Ayton. The rebound by the Jazz. Now Conley. High post, Gobert. Over Ayton. That one a little long. Paul outside. It's Crowder on the wing. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Paul for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Paul's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for Phoenix.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
1:30 left in the fourth quarter. Booker. Rebound, Utah. Bogdanovich has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Three-pointer. And Utah, another 3.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
Booker outside. Takes it inside. And again, that gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
And if Booker has the defense on him inside, he can still deliver. He doesn't let that get to him.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. And that sends Donovan Mitchell to the free throw line. It goes on Devin Booker. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Utah.
They've been penetrating with a certain amount of ease, guys, just as much in this half as the first.
The other thing they've done is had penetrating passes inside, in the interior, plenty of points in the paint.
Free throw dropped for Mitchell.
As big a basket as that was, the free throw probably even bigger. Now you've got a 2-possession lead all of a sudden.
Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Here's Mitchell. Yes!
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
And so it looks like the Suns will retain possession here.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
Ayton, the pass to Crowder. The three-pointer off the mark. Here's the Jazz with the ball. 3-point lead. Booker against Mitchell. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
One of the more powerful young guards in our game. Mitchell loves to attack the heart of the defense.
On the free throw, no good. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and gameplay. And Booker kicks to Paul. And a miss there on the triple. And now we've got the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And the Suns call time. They're behind by 6. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Still a sliver of hope.
Yeah, act fast, but without mistakes.
No time to waste on this possession.
Time is not on their side right now. They're aware.
It falls! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And he's just living out beyond the arc right now. What a weapon to have on the floor.
Seems to be taking it on his shoulders aggressively to shrink this lead. They really needed those points.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Paul passes to Booker. Hits it again. Wow! 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point. Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Well, important there to have the 3-point lead because only a 3 can tie it up now.
And so it's Utah who scraped by with a win. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And a chance now to send it. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.